Well, welcome back to Buick Outdoors. If you're new around here, my name is Sheldon Marion, and today, me and the pups, we're at one of our favorite spots. In behind us here, there's a really nice waterfall and a nice big deep pool there. And eventually we'll go and check that out. But first, we're going to get the tent all set up in our little camp spot here. And then, yeah, once we get all set up with camp, we'll head over to the waterfall. We'll check out the waterfall, we'll check out the creek and the river. And we might even go for a little hike down there, see if we can find some fossils and stuff. In this area, we've found quite a few dinosaur tracks and stuff like that around here, and it's just an amazing, beautiful, like cool place. But anyways, I'm gonna get my tent all set up, and then we'll go and check everything out. So about a month or two ago, I went out and I bought a new tent, a little outbound 4-person tent, and I had to buy that because my old one I pretty well just worn it out. But that one, the door kind of sucks. It gets really tight on the top and it feels like I'm gonna break it. So I went back to Canadian Tire and I bought another new tent. This time I didn't cheap out though. Instead of spending like 75 bucks, whatever it was, this one was like 200. But yeah, today's the first day setting this thing up. So once I get all this paperwork out and we'll rip open this box, we'll go over there, we'll get it all set up. Hopefully it's worth the $200 and it lasts as long as my last one. I think even my last one, I'm pretty sure that was the Sky Dome too. So this is just like the, I don't know, the next version of it, I guess. But let's see if we can cut this tape without cutting the tent, and we'll get everything opened up. We'll get it all set up. Alrighty, so this thing comes with pre-attached poles, which is kind of nifty, I guess. Not too sure if I like this or not with the pre-attached poles. It's kind of a pain almost. One side kind of done. It's easy enough to set up, it's just kind of strange. I think it's pretty easy to do with just one person. I never understood people that have a hard time setting up tents by themselves, but oh well. There. Let's just give this thing a rotate and we'll be good to go. Now, unfortunately, where I'm at, it's not exactly like gravel. It's like big boulders. So, I mean, I really don't think we're going to be able to stake it down. But I'm thinking once we throw in like our gear and stuff like that, this thing isn't going to go anywhere. Plus, it's supposedly not supposed to be windy. So, yeah, hopefully that holds off for us. We got the rain fly to put on. And this tent is nice too. I think at the peak, it's like 6 feet tall. So you can actually stand up in it. All of them little tents are just It's irritating how small they are. I don't know why they can't make a 4-person tent that you can actually stand up in, but I don't know, whatever. That's just me complaining. Now this, I don't know which way is the front, which side's the back. I might have to go and look at the picture real quick. So after looking at the picture there, there's a spot where a pole goes through, and that will be the front, so right here. This is the only problem with the 6-foot tall tents. The rain flies are incredibly hard to get on. So that's the front. I wonder if I can stand in the door and just kind of throw this thing over. That actually worked out pretty good. I think I just gotta give it a twist though. Alright, so that's where the pole goes. Oh, if you're smart about it, it's color coordinated. So you got a red strap, red hook, and a red tag down there. All the other ones are black. So there you go. Follow the red mark. Alrighty. We got the rain fly up. Now let's see if we can put that pole in. Alright, something like that. A little red tab on that side. Oops, move. Got the whole tension on it here from here. There we go, look at that. We got a tent. There. Yeah, once I put my minus 20 sleeping bag in there, that thing weighs 15, 20 pounds kind of thing. Throw that in there, it's not real windy. I think we'll be a-okay. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my sleeping bag, toss that in there, and then yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk down to the creek there, and I'll show you the waterfall. Alrighty, so I got the tent all set up and got the truck all locked up and everything like that, and now I'm going to show you just why this little spot is so amazingly cool. There's this little trail right here, right off the corner, You can kind of see it already. But I'll take it for the entire hike here, and it's not long at all. It's whatever, a couple of minutes, not even 2 minutes going down here. It can get a little steep, and if it's raining and stuff, this does get a little muddy, but it's not too terribly bad, as you can see. Then of course, I'm bringing with me one of my grocery bags. I'm kind of a sucker for cool rocks, and especially fossils. So I'm always packing around a bag or something like that with me, in case I find some nice fossils. And I like to take 1 or 2 of them home. Well, last year or the year before, I had, I don't know how many fossils at the house. And what I ended up doing with them is I took them down to the Hudson Hope Museum, because they're putting on like a fossil dig for all the kids. So I donated all my fossils, well, not all of them, but a good majority of my fossils to them. And then that way when the kids came out, we buried them all into like the sand and stuff like that. And then when they were digging through them, every kid got to take home at least 1 fossil. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty good way to get rid of my fossils, because they were they were taking up a lot of room in the house. All my tables and stuff were full of them. But yeah, as you can see, with like 2 breaks, we're already here, and it is spectacular. We got one last little step down here, and this is what you get to see. It is beautiful. And right now, the spring melt up in the mountains is still coming down, so this is flowing really fast. But even during like the summer or like fall time, when the creeks flow down, it still comes in here pretty good. But yeah, this is just amazing. And around here we got all sorts of different rocks and stuff, and if you take this down to where it meets up with the river and you go up probably about maybe half a kilometer, that's where one of the dinosaur trackway sites are. That's one that I took a paleontologist to from Vancouver, and yeah, they kind of cataloged some of it, kind of a thing, got GPS coordinates and they just put it on the radar. And then also just up the road here is 6 Beach dinosaur trackway site, and that one has, I think it's 1,500 tracks over there, and it's just spectacular. So if you're ever in this area, you know, don't be surprised if you actually find dinosaur tracks, because they are kind of scattered kind of everywhere. And then there's also Gething Creek over here too. There's a dinosaur track over there. But yeah, I think me and the dogs, we're gonna mosey around here and see what we can see. And even this one here, not exactly a fossil, but you can see a bunch of stuff kind of collected in there at one point in time. But yeah, we're gonna cruise around here and see what we can see, and if nothing else, we'll just enjoy this beautiful waterfall. So one of the things that we find quite a bit around here in certain areas is a lot of plant fossils. And like this one here that I just picked up, it looks to me like it's petrified wood. So at one point in time, a tree fell down, landslide hit it or whatever, and over however many millions of years, it turned to stone. So I mean, it could be petrified wood, but I can't guarantee that it is. But even at the house, I got enough petrified wood and plant fossils and stuff. I think I'll just leave that one here for somebody else to find. But yeah, we're still cruising around. We haven't made it very far. And yeah, this place, for a guy like me who's just like a nerd when it comes to rocks and fossils and stuff, this place is just like heaven to me. Especially when I see stuff like right there, that little flat piece right there. That is where you find the vast majority of your dinosaur tracks out here. So I mean, like anytime we see a spot like that, I just want to run over to it and look. And even if I want to look at that, right up there is a bridge, and there's a trail that comes out to this point right here. So you can easily just walk down there and look at it if you're real adventurous. But for right now, I think we're just gonna stick on this side and just cruise around with pups. So this rock here that I just found is pretty neat. You see all this orange stuff in there, and usually what that is plants that have been fossilized. Oh, I'll try to get this out. And in between there'll be little pieces of like coal. So if I had a hammer with me, I would smack this apart and see what's in there, but I don't have a hammer. So you can kind of see right there. You can see it's somewhat of a leaf print. Yeah, little stuff like this, pretty nifty. So far I haven't really found overly too much. This stuff here, it's kind of all been like river rock kind of deal, but in amongst them you'll find the odd piece here and there. But yeah, I figured I'd just show you that. Kind of gives you an idea what to look for if you're out kind of rock hounding like this. That real orange tingy color, usually there's plant fossils in this area anyways. Wherever you guys are, it might be a little bit different, but yeah, that's what it is here. But I'm missing one of my dogs, so I gotta go find her. Well, I found Daisy. She came back. Also found a couple of nifty little things here. One is this piece here. This is just a solid chunk of coal. We find this quite a bit around here. At home on my gun safe, I got a chunk that's about this big. It's kind of a nifty little thing. But then I also want to show you guys some of these rocks here, like this one. You can see if you get the light just right, you can see those little coal seams in there. There's probably 4 or 5. One there, one there, one there, and a real faint one up here. So that's pretty nifty. And then there's also things like this, and there's an even bigger one beside me. So you can see that this used to be what I would imagine is like a clump of leaves or sticks or something like that, because you can see all that orange stuff in amongst all that black lines. So that's kind of like the coal deposits on, or like the carbon deposit, I guess, really, on the plant that used to be there, kind of a deal. And we also find things like this big one here. You can see on that side there, there's all sorts of black marks over there. So it's kind of the same thing. Basically, when the minerals start to decompose, like the carbon and stuff like that, it kind of creates coal. In a way, I'm not an expert. I haven't gone to school or anything like that for this. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. And then I also found this really weird rock, and it's weird because you see all these cracks in it. And what I want to do, I kind of want to smack it and see if there's something hidden inside. So let's give this a whirl. Don't have to hit it hard and it just kind of breaks apart. Sounds weird too. So I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's just a rock that has tumbled through clay, and then the clay is kind of somewhat solidified on this, but either way, it's pretty nifty. I don't think we're gonna get anything out of it though. Yeah, it's just kind of chipping off. Yeah, that's kind of cool. But anyways, now that we got Daisy back, we're gonna venture our way back this way and see if we can find anything else that's kind of nifty. So this one here, this is another like little cluster of stuff. You can kind of see it kind of in amongst all the orange and stuff, those little black lines. I don't really know if that was leaves or sticks or what, but it was some sort of carbon material that turned to coal. And then also this one here, this one's really neat because unfortunately I can't really show it with the GoPro because the GoPro doesn't focus. But in these black lines, you can see these little orange marks, and I'm pretty sure what that is where the bark used to be on this tree. So yeah, it's pretty neat when the mineralized water starts to displace all your plant materials and slowly turns into like carbon deposits and stuff. It actually leaves an imprint of the bark itself. That's I don't know, to me it's pretty neat. Some people might think this stuff is boring, but I just love it. But we're almost back to the trailhead, so we're gonna keep going. So here I found a really nice slab of plant fossils. I'll try not to stand in the sun so you can see it. But you can see these here, leaves and sticks and stuff. It was just a big bundle of, I don't know, maybe a tree fell or whatever, and then sand and mud came over it, and just slowly over the years turned into stone. Even on the backside there's a little bit. Yeah, that's I love finding stuff like that. Down in Cold Brook Creek, there's thousands of plant fossils over there, and they're massive slabs, like 10 times the size of this. It's a really cool place. I did a video there probably 3 years ago, maybe 4, and yeah, it's an incredible place to check out. So this rock here that I found is pretty cool, but I'm hoping the GoPro can grab it. But inside It looks like there's little flakes of pyrite or gold or something. It's really, really neat. So maybe this one I'll take home with me, and then I'll get better pictures of it on the with my cell phone, so I can actually zoom in and get real clear pictures of it. So I'm not going up in an empty bag. Well, that was fun checking out the creek and the waterfall and all that stuff. But now I think it's time to make ourselves a cup of coffee. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'll get the dogs all fed up and stuff like that, and eventually I'll cook myself up a steak here for supper. I bought a new small little barbecue who's had fire bans on for quite a while, and then yeah, it rained for like 2 weeks straight, and this is the first time I've been out in probably about a week and a half. So fire bans are off, but I still got this brand new barbecue that I haven't even used yet, but we're gonna use it here tonight. A little bit of gas left in there. Yeah, and if you guys want to come and check this place out, it's very, very easy to find. We're on the Johnson Creek Road out by Hudson Hope. At kilometer 72 is the bridge with the dinosaur tracks underneath, and this is maybe 76 or so. It's not too far past that first bridge there. So I have to interrupt you here for just 2 seconds. I give you the wrong directions. At kilometer 71, there's a Y. If you hang a right, you get onto this road that we're on today, and you go down there about 2 kilometers, and you go across another bridge, and right across that bridge, the little campsite is on the right. And yeah, there's the waterfall. The big waterfall is on the right side. Little waterfall is on the left side. And I think tomorrow I'll probably move my camp to the other side of the road, and we'll go and check out that side of the creek tomorrow. But yeah, for right now, I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee. I'm sure I got my coffee there. Got my Splenda and tea bags, all that good stuff. And I'm sure you guys, if you watched, I don't know, a handful of my videos here lately anyways, you would see me using this little thing quite a bit. A little pocket rocket. That's what I call it anyways. I can put a link on Amazon, or a link for Amazon in the description if you guys want to check these things out. I want to say it was 20 bucks, and I use this thing just constantly. Like, I don't even bring a thermos of coffee with me, because pulling over, you get to sit back and relax for a little bit. The dogs get out and they run around, they kind of stretch their legs, and it gives you a little bit of time to just kind of sit back and relax. You know, a lot of times I'll be beside a creek or a river or something like that on the banks, and bust this thing out, make up a cup of coffee, let the dogs run, swim, get all wet and dirty and nasty, throw them back in the truck and keep driving. But yeah, it's a nice little setup. And it's into this titanium French press. One thing that's really nice with this, you can boil the snot out of water, and you turn off the heat, pour your coffee out into your cup, and like within maybe a minute, 2 minutes at most, this thing's like cold to the touch. So it's pretty wicked that way. Alrighty. Fill that about half full. But these things are nice too, because there's no batteries or nothing like that. It's just like a little magneto switch in there, kind of a little click, and away she goes. I may even move that out of the way so it won't melt that. There. And with this here, I got probably about 8 ounces of water in there or so, and this will boil up in like about 2 minutes. But yeah, once it boils, I'll put in my coffee, let her kind of percolate a little bit, and then we dump in a little bit of cold water at the end there just to kind of help her out. Then we'll put in the French press, pour coffee, and we'll be good to go. Now we're just starting to get to a nice big rolling boil. Take my coffee, add about 1, 2.5, 3 tablespoons. Settle down. It's not coffee if you don't make a mess. Man, I got coffee grounds everywhere. One thing that's nice when you boil it really hard like this, it seems to kind of take like the sting out of coffee. Oh, watch it, buddy. like the real bitterness, and like, yeah, it just makes it a little more enjoyable. Except now I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have all sorts of grounds in my coffee. It's all over my tailgate and everything. Yeah, we might be chewing on this one. Oh well. It is what it is. Every once in a while you gotta have at least one mishap. This ain't so bad. Hi buddy. You're having fun. So pretty well what I do is I boil the snot out of this until it kind of foams. And then I go until it kind of stops foaming. Let it roll for like, whatever, 10-15 seconds. There's no more foam coming up. So we'll just turn that off. Add a little bit of cold water, that way it doesn't scorch your tongue when you go take a drink. Hopefully this gets some of those coffee grounds. There we go, put the plunger down. Alright, put my 2 little Splenda in there. So away we go. Look at that beautiful coffee. There. Coffee's in there. Grab that. Give her a fling. Now pretty well I just rinse this out, tuck it all away, and we're good to go till the next time. Then this, I'll just... we'll let God take care of that. It'll dry up and it'll do its own thing, whatever. Oh man, we gotta get rid of this. In my world, we call that good enough. There. Put that away. I mean, like, I did throw some cold water in there, but like the water was like rolling, and like, yeah, it's cold to the touch now. Like, I love this thing. It's awesome. It's nice. Like, that's one thing that's nice when like I pull over on the side of the road or whatever to make up a cup of coffee. You know, by the time you pour it into your cup, give it a stir or whatever, clean up your mess. Like, this thing is just back to just like room temperature. It's great. I love it. But now I got my coffee all set up here, I think I'm gonna grab that dog food, get them all fed up, and then yeah, I might sit back and relax. I brought everything to do up a podcast. I haven't done a podcast in probably a couple of months now, so yeah, I kind of want to get back into that now. And while I'm out here, it seems like a beautiful place to have a little podcast episode. So a nice little destination podcast. And yeah, we'll get back into that. And then if you guys want, I don't know when that'll be out, but whatever, you can go over there and check that out when it comes out. But yeah, I'm gonna clean this up, get the dogs fed, and probably record a podcast. And then after that, I'll start cooking. Alrighty, well, I finished recording up my podcast there. I think that went kind of about as good as it can go. And now I'm gonna try out this barbecue. I set it all up when I was at work, when I had a little bit of free time there, and I honestly haven't tested it yet, so hopefully it goes. But yeah, we'll see. If it goes, it'll be a nice thing to have in the truck. The last barbecue I had, I ended up getting that from Dad, and Dad used it for like I don't know how many years. And then I got it and I used it for a couple more years, and then it just kind of rotted out, and just, yeah, it was time to go. But there we go, 70 bucks Canadian Tire. We got a deal. But let's see if this thing works or not. Got a full tank of propane, so that should be good. I hear gas. Oh, it went. Oh, but this stupid thing. There we go. What's high and what's low? Oh, that's low. That's high. Well, not real high. You're not gonna get much of a sear, but it'll go. pretty well. I'm gonna let that sit and cook and get like extremely hot, because this is the first time I've turned this thing on. So like, if there's any oils or weird paint or anything like that, I want that to be cooked off and gone. So we'll let this heat up for, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever. And in the meantime, pull this out. And let's see, what did I bring with me? I went and I bought some ribeyes. Where are they? They're in here somewhere. Here they are. There you go, a nice ribeye steak. And then I bought a new thing of pepper, so I actually have pepper in here now. I should have maybe grabbed all this out before setting up the barbecue and turning it on. It's on the other side here. There we go. I got all the food on this side and spices and everything like that on the other side. Usually not a big deal because this is usually out of the truck. Then I also got some mixed vegetables. So with that, I can put it in one of these little tins there. Let it get nice and hot and throw in some butter and some other spices and stuff. Then I went and I got myself sophisticated. Finally bought a cutting board, so I no longer have to use the lid. As you can see, it gets mighty dirty. I've ate dirt once or twice now and kind of got tired of it. So yeah, another $10 fine or whatever. But I think for right now, yeah, that's it for right now. Once I get kind of some of this stuff cleaned up and out of the way, I'll grab everything else out. And then yeah, we'll get cooking on this new barbecue. Right now it says 600 degrees, so that's pretty good. Inside, nothing smoking, but you can smell that new, whatever, that new paint smell almost. Yeah, just, I don't want to cook on that yet. So we'll let this just nuke itself for a little bit, and then yeah, we'll start to cook here in about 20 minutes or so. Alrighty, so this got up to like 650 degrees for about 10-15 minutes there. I scraped it all off, and like, you can see the stuff coming off this grill, and you can't really smell nothing anymore, so I'm gonna call it good enough. But yeah, got the nice little ribeyes from Legacy again. Those guys, every so often there, they start bringing in ribeyes, and they're fairly cheap, so I stock up on them. I think today I bought 5. But I mean, when you can buy a ribeye for like 15 bucks, yeah, it's best just to load up on them. Alrighty, and then with this, we're gonna do a simple salt. Uh-oh, some moisture got in there, I think. There we go. Oh man, my salt's all crunchy. Come on. Well, I think I'm just gonna have to call that good enough. I gotta buy more salt now. Alright, grab this, slap her on here. Then I'll try to salt this side while we're here. Kinda working. The vast majority of the salt, it kind of burns off anyway, so I don't mind putting a little extra. Oh man, I definitely need new salt shaker. Alrighty, button that up, it'll get nice and hot in there. In the meantime, I can get my mixed vegetables. What's all in this anyways? I didn't even really look. Carrots, potatoes, green beans, wax beans, peas, celery, onions. Sounds alright. One thing that's nice when you're out in the woods cooking, you got a bunch of water and stuff you gotta drain off. It's nice. You don't gotta go nowhere, you don't gotta do nothing, just dump it. It's all good. It's just water. There we go. And the rest of that can just evaporate. Shelby always teases me I'm a pretty easy guy to please, and I mean, when I cook like this for myself, you know, it's kind of hard to expect anything gourmet, you know what I mean? There we go. I don't know if this butter's gonna be any good. It's been in there for a while. I bought it, then I went to work, and then I've been sitting at home because it's been raining every day and like a downpour, so hopefully it's still good. Looks good, smells good. Yeah, grab a little stick of that. There, about that much. And I got, get off here. I got that roasted garlic and pepper. So maybe I'll add that to my little mixture. At least that's not all solid like my salt. Put a bunch of that in there. Made a little bit of pepper. Finally bought pepper, look at that. It only took me about a month. There we go. Put a little bit of pepper. And with that, we'll just pick her up. Throw in there. There we go. Now everything's just gonna kind of slowly roast. This thing, it's cranked right on high, but I mean, like it's not very hot. Oh well, that's what you get for being cheap and spending 60 bucks or 70 bucks at Canadian Tire. But the other options are like $300 to $400 for them things, and I'm not gonna spend that much money for, especially for what I do with mine. I grab it, I throw it into the truck right beside the pack frame. I throw the propane bottle on the other side, and I drive around these roads. They get beat up and banged up and smashed, and I'm not gonna spend $400 on a barbecue that I know I'm just gonna break. At least with this, it's 70 bucks. If I go through one per year, it's kind of a waste, but it's $70 compared to that. You know, even if I got 2 or 3 years out of one, that's $400. It's just brutal. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe one day I'll spend some money and buy an actual decent one, but yeah. Until then, I'm just gonna sit back, relax with the pups. They had their food. I did my podcast. Threw Daisy in the truck because the flies were just eating her alive, and they're eating the dogs here now too. But yeah, we'll slowly cook this. It's definitely not like cooking over the fire. It's gonna take some time, but we're getting there. I got my coffee, I got my dogs. Life's good. Okay, it smells like you're smells like we're cooking. Let's see. That's kind of cooking. More or less just kind of slow roasting. We'll give our vegetables a turn. I mean, it's slowly coming along, but that's definitely gonna be like a 30-minute steak kind of a thing. Because we're not exactly like barbecuing it, we're basically kind of like baking it almost, but whatever, it is what it is. I'm sure in the end it'll still turn out at least edible. But yeah, alright, back to cooking. Well, we're starting to get a little bit of action here. We're starting to hear some sizzling and smoking and all that stuff, so it's time with that we check it out. Kind of browning up on the edges, but not a whole lot. Vegetables, they're nice and hot. Don't really have to mess around with them. They kind of do their own thing. That little knob of butter I put in there, that'll be enough to kind of steam them or whatever. Get all nice and juicy. This steak, though, I don't know it. If I had cell phone service, I'd just Google how long does it take to bake a steak at 600 Fahrenheit, and then I would kind of know, 20 minutes or whatever. But yeah, I think this one here, I'm starting to think that I'm gonna screw this one up, and we're gonna be eating that steak like pretty well done almost, just because I'm trying to look for some coloring on it, but I don't think we're gonna get it. But oh well, it is what it is. We'll cook on it here on this side for another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll flip it and cook that on 5 minutes, and then by then we'll just kind of call it good enough. I don't know, if you've seen me enough, you know I'm not exactly a perfectionist when it comes to cooking outside anyways, but yeah, we'll go with the flow here. We'll have that, we'll have our mixed vegetables, and then I think I'm gonna bust into a can of beans. That's definitely one of my favorite foods for whatever reason, especially when it's like cold can of beans. It's even better. Alright, yeah, we'll see you when this is all done and cooked up. Well, I think we're gonna call this good enough. We got a little bit of browning happening here. but not overly too much. Vegetables are boiling like crazy, and got the old can of beans out. So I think what we're gonna do here, we're gonna shut this off. Oh, wrong way, I think. I don't know how to work my own stuff. There we go. There, turn that off. We're gonna let that sit here and rest for a little bit. In the meantime, I can get my can of beans opened up. I can grab my whatever mixed vegetables, throw that onto the plate. This thing's stinging at me. And then yeah, eventually here in just a couple minutes or whatever, we'll head over to the tent there, sit down on a chair and have a bite to eat. The bugs came out like crazy right now. There's a million little flies and like about the same amount of mosquitoes out, and they're just eating the dogs alive. So the dogs are in the truck right now, just hey. The dogs are in the truck right now, yeah, just staying away from the bugs. But yeah, hopefully we can eat in peace and not have too many bugs. If not, well, I mean, extra protein today, I guess. Well, there we have it. Meal fit for a king. Well, maybe not a king, but fit for me anyways. It looks like a sloppy mess, and it kind of is, but I bet you it'll taste alright. I'm kind of curious to see how this steak turned out. Like, we just pretty well baked it at like 600 degrees for probably 20 minutes. Maybe not that long, about 15. So yeah, maybe we'll grab the cap here. Nice and tender. Oh, it's not bad. I bet you it's about a medium. But does it taste any good? Nothing wrong with that. Cooked it with salt, pulled it off, let it rest there for about 5 minutes, threw on some pepper, and it's delicious. Then these mixed vegetables, I've never bought these before, so I don't know, experiment. Eh, you know, canned vegetables is what it tastes like. Yeah. I mean, the butter and garlic plus is pretty good. Everything else, though, it just, you know, that bland, just canned vegetable taste. I don't know, it just tastes like a canned green bean. Which isn't bad, but yeah. Maybe next time I won't be so cheap and lazy, I'll just buy actual vegetables. And then the second best part, beans. Oh yeah. Cold beans with some pepper. Man, that stuff goes good with anything. There's times where I just open up a can of beans and just eat the beans. All is good. Well, I think I'm going to enjoy my supper. And then tonight, I was thinking about having a fire, but I don't know, I'm feeling kind of lazy. I might just sit back, relax, and read a book. I got a book that's called Lucky. It's a guy who, he was a real athletic guy. He was a rugby player. He ended up getting paralyzed, kind of from the neck down. Doctor said that he wasn't going to walk again, and all that kind of terrible news. And he didn't take no as an answer. And I think what happens is he eventually goes on to become like this dude who just hikes mountains. Like, he got all of his feeling back and movement back and stuff like that. He got out of the hospital and started hiking mountains. I think that's how it goes. But I'm kind of excited to read that. I'm not much of a reader, but I think that'd be a bit of an inspirational book. Yeah, maybe that's another thing too. If I can find a link on Amazon there, I'll put that in the description below there for you too, so you guys can check that out if you want. And yeah, but yeah, I'm going to sit here and enjoy my supper and try not to get ate by these bugs. Now the dogs are in the truck, they're kind of turning on me and they're starting to eat me. So who knows? Maybe I'll go and eat this in the truck with the dogs. But yeah, I'm gonna eat my supper and we'll catch you guys here in a minute. Well, that supper was great, but now time to give the dog their treat. Hold on there, buddy. Here you go. Have some ribeye fat. Oh, there you go, Rocco. Daisy baby. Yeah, come here, Daisy. There you go, get that in you. Yeah, oh, no, Tex, that's not yours. Good boys. Good girl. Yeah, that was pretty good. I think now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw this in that cardboard box that came with that tent. And I'm probably just gonna burn that stuff while I'm here, because it's just cardboard, paper, wood fork. Stupid wood fork. I still haven't grabbed a real one. But yeah, I'm gonna burn this stuff here, and then I honestly might grab my book and sit in the truck and read it, because like these bugs, I don't know what they are. They're just little pesky little flies, and like they're not quite as bad as no-see-ums on the coast, but almost. They keep flying in my ear, up my nose, and my eyes. It's kind of, it's just driving me insane. But yeah, I think I'm gonna burn up my garbage here, and then probably gonna grab my book, sit in the truck with the dogs to get out of these bugs, and yeah, read my book here for, I don't know, an hour or two or whatever. Just have a nice little relaxing time in the truck with the pups. Well, I decided to hide away with the dogs. Fired up the truck though. I got the AC going to calm these guys down a little. It's a little bit warm in here, but not bad at all. But yeah, we get nice and cold in here. I got my little Coke Zero. I got my book here. Yeah, this one here. Lucky Ed Jackson. And yeah, I'm gonna give this a read. I'm a pretty slow reader, so this will be like, I honestly read like maybe a chapter every couple of days kind of thing. It's hard for me to read books, but this one will take me about a month to read. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna be sitting in the truck here. We got the AC on, cool the dogs down a little bit, and yeah, and I don't know, it's 7:30 now, so we'll sit in here until about 8:30, 9 o'clock kind of a thing, maybe something like that. Read my book, and then we'll go and get all settled in to bed. Out here when I'm in the bush, like I can easily go to bed at like 9, 10 o'clock every night and have no problems doing that. At home, I always have a hard time falling asleep, but out in the bush like this, no, it's no problem at all, especially with the sound of the creek and the waterfall in the background. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. The problem that I have though is I usually wake up at like 4 a.m. So maybe tomorrow morning what I'll do, I'll pack everything up, we'll go and we'll set up camp at the next spot. We'll cut up a bunch of firewood and get all kind of situated for the day tomorrow. But that'll be another video. But yeah, we're gonna read the book, we're gonna hang out with the dogs, and yeah, just kind of relax for the evening. Well, I made it about 45 minutes in the truck. The dogs are kind of getting antsy. They want to get outside and run around. So I think what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna let the dogs run around for a bit, and then we're gonna go into the tent there. We're gonna get the bed all set up and get kind of nestled in a little bit. At least in there, they can kind of cuddle with me or whatever. In the truck there, they're just kind of panting in my ear. They just they wanted some love and they weren't getting it. So yeah, I think we're gonna get all settled into the tent there, so we're out of the bugs. I kind of packed everything up here tonight, so in that way tomorrow morning we just had to pack up the sleeping bag and the tent, and we'll be good to go to the next spot. But yeah, anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this trip. Yeah, hopefully at least one of you guys comes out here and checks out this waterfall, and maybe even spends the night here in this little campsite. It's a beautiful spot and there's lots to see out here. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button in the bottom, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Catch you on the next one.